Hello everybody, welcome back to this channel. So today in the short tutorial of this C programming series, I am going to show you the basic of the C programming. And in the previous video, I have told you about variables and data types concepts. So today I will discuss more efficiently so that you can understand. If you don't understand from the previous video, then you will be must understood the basics of variables and data types in the C programming, right? So firstly, I will show you something new here. So I have made this PPT for you. I will definitely give the link of this PPT on the descriptions of the video, right? So from there you can access the PPT and can start your programming journey nicely. Okay. So first of all, variable and data types concept I'm going to tell you. So basically I have already told you that variable is like a container, right? Which is going to store data. Obviously, variable is like a container which is going to store data, and before the variable there is a data type. Okay, data type which basically defines the type of data which we are going to store in a particular variable, right? So we also might declare many variables, right? So a variable can be integer variable. A variable can be something like which is going to store a character. A variable something like variable which is going to store a decimal value or a real value or floating points value, right? So basically here I have already pick up a code and paste here so that you can understand while you read this PPT. Okay. So here integer a, you can see, I think this is visible to you. Obviously, this is visible. So integer here is a data type and a is the variable name. I have simply declared this variable a here, declaration of variable a, and similarly integer b here. Integer is the data type before the variable's name. Before the variable's name, you should declare the type of data. Okay, you are going to store in that variable. That is integer here. So this declaration of variable b here also I have simply declared it, not initialize it with any value, okay, with any integer value. So similarly, here I am also declare a variable c, which is also going to store integer data. So basically, in c equal 12, right? Equal 12. So I have already declared that. This is declaration of variable c. You can see int c till this int c till this is the declaration, and after that equal 12 equal a single equal 12 means you also initialize it with the value of 12. Okay, with the value 12. So basically here besides declaration side by side you also initialize the this c variable with the data 12. Okay, 12 integer value. Okay. So basically, here is a technical term that is assignment, right? So basically, in C programming, this equal single equal to sign is called assignment operator. Okay, what is called? It is called assignment operator, right? I will also show you in the while when I will be in the VS Code, right? So it is called assignment operator. This single equal to operator. Okay, the assignment operator which is help us to store data, to assign data, right? Basically from there it is called as assignment operator to assign data in a variable. Here this assignment operator helps us to assign 12 this integer value in this c variable, right? So basically here I also declare it in data type and in this here variable name. Okay, so basically if I go to VS Code, okay, here you can see the C programming folder here. So basically sit right click on the folder, then here the option open with code. If you have installed VS Code in your PC, then there will be this option, otherwise there will be not this. Okay, so here basically zoom in. Okay, so I am going to variable declare this variable that is int a here. A is the variable here and int is the data type. Okay, int is the data type. Similarly, int b also. Okay, b also a variable, integer variable. Okay, then I am going to write integer c equal to the value of something 23. 23 integer value. Okay, so this is called assignment operator. Okay, this is called assignment operator. Okay, assignment operator. This is called assignment operator. So I simply amend like this. Sorry. Okay, this is called the assignment operator. Okay, this single equal to assignment operator. Basically, 23 value is assigned to this variable c. That's how the technical term is used. You should know the technical term because in future it will help you. Okay, in coding you should know the technical. Then I also the data type will also be float, also be character. So I will go in the PDF again. So types of data type. Okay, types of data type, but types of data type I have also written over here. Integer for integer value, int data type for integer value, float data type for decimal value, for real value. Okay, floating point numbers. Okay, real values. Here also called real values. Okay, are character for characters like alphabets A to Z in lowercase or in uppercase also capital A to Z. Okay, or at the rate, asterisk or star then hashtag then dollar symbol. This is also all many symbols are there, special character symbols. Okay, so for those characters, special characters, the data type is char. Real number, the data type is float, and the integer data type is string. Okay, I think it's clear. Then this is something here that is the rule for defining a variable name, right? So whenever we are declare a variable, we are going to declare a variable, we should these points in our mind, in our brain, that a variable name should contain alphabets from A to Z or capital A to Z in uppercase and digits 0 to 9, any digits. Okay, this contains or the underscore. A variable name should contain these things, these items, right? So, secondly, a variable name shouldn't start with an alphabet. Should start with an alphabet, sorry. Should start with an alphabet or an underscore, not with digits. We can start our variable name with alphabet in smaller case or uppercase capital A to J or with an underscore. We can start the variable name with the digits from 0 to 9, right? I hope you understand. This is the most crucial point. You should mind. Okay. Then variable name should be meaningful. It's a specialty so that in later when you will see your code or anybody will see your code so that he or she can understand your code. Okay, so that's why variable name should be meaningful, right? You should assign your variable name meaningfully. Okay, that's say a variable in a code you are going to print summation of two numbers, right? So your variable name should like this sum or sum of two numbers. That's a broad variable name, but your variable name should be meaningful. That can be broad. Okay, that's not deep. Okay, so this is a specialty you should mind. Okay, so basically in VS Code, I have already the integer data type here. Then there can be a float data type. Float d equal to that, which is going to store real values like 34.67. Okay, you can say a decimal value. Then it can be a char data type, right? Character data type, that should be e. I say e equal to single quote. Mind it. Whenever you are going to write a character, you should write it in between single quote. So there is a single quote, then I am going to still add the rate. Okay, going to store add the rate here. So that is basically. So here the three data type: integer data type, float data type, and character data type, that is basically char data type. Okay. So again in the PDF we are going. So we have already talked about variable, but what about constants? Okay. So here is the concept of constants, right? You all know in English what is the meaning of variable. That's something which is going to change, which value is not fixed, right? But in constant the value is fixed, right? The value of constant do not change, it is fixed, right? So basically those things is called constants, right? Something like integer constants are there, like 1 2 3 4 89 78 something, whichever integer, right? Many positive integer, zero negative integer. So the value of 1 is not going to be changed, the value of 3 is not going to be changed, they are fixed. So that's why it's called integer constant, right? Then which real constant, okay, like floating point numbers or decimal number, the value of this real numbers is not going to be changed, so that's why it's constants. Then character constants, the value of a or at the rate, dollar symbol, asterisk, that's not going to be changed. So that's why these are character constants. So must be enclosed with single quote. So basically, I have already told you that a character, whenever you're going to write a character in C programming, then you should write down your character in between a single quote. Must be enclosed with a single quote. Okay. So that's why. Then there is a concept of keywords in C programming. Okay, in C programming, there are many keywords. Okay, you can't use keywords as your variable name. I have already highlighted it over here. You should mind this, that you should not use keywords as your variable name. Okay, so like keywords are there like int. Okay, int data type also. Then char, then return. Okay, then break, auto, struct, then switch. You can't use these keywords like if, else, use also are there, like for. Okay, do, there is also while. You can't, like here is while. So you can't use keywords of this C programming as your variable name. You should mind this. Okay, mind it. Then there are many library functions in C programming. Okay, there are many library functions in C programming. Like C language has a lot of library functions which is used to carry out certain tasks. So different library functions are different tasks, like particular tasks. Like printf function is used to print values on the screen, on the output screen, or scanf function is used to take input from the user. I will show you definitely on the VS Code while I will be there in coding. Right, I will show you the how we scan input from user. I can give input in user, or I will print the value of the user input right on the output screen. So basically that's why the scanner is used for take input. So basically library function, different library functions in C programming has different functionality, right? So certain functionality there, particular functions. Then format specifier is percentage %d, percentage %c, percentage %a. So basically, firstly, I am going to show you the functionality of this scanf function and the printf function. Right. So I have already shown you in the previous when I do the program, right? Do the program of Hello World, the basic program of the first program, right? Or a some program I have already posted on this channel. So I have also briefly discussing here. So basically, firstly, I am going to write the skeleton, basic skeleton of the C program. You should write this. You must write this in every C program, right? So basically, it has info, then stdio dot h, right? Then enter int name. Okay. Then return 0. You have to write at the end. You can write also at the end of your program, but I have written over here at the beginning so that I cannot remind it. Okay, okay, something else. Anyways, so here I am going to declare a variable integer a. Okay, okay. Simply I am declare it integer a variable. Then I am printed something that is print syntax double quote enter the value of a. Right, I have written like this. You have mind that at the end of every single line of your code, you must input this single code. Otherwise, compiler will give you error. Compiler does not understand where your line is going to end. Right. So you must put this semicolon right at the end of your every line of code. Okay. So basically, then I am going to write scanf, then percentage d. I have already told you this percentage d is for this integer. Okay, I already or I will show you in the PDF, right? Here the this percentage d is called format specifiers, right? Format specifier. Like percentage d, there is also percentage c, it's percentage f, basically, right? So I have already written over here that percentage d is for integer values, percentage c for character data types, percentage f for real values of floating point values, floating point data type, right? So in the scanf, there is a syntax, okay, then comma, then ampersand, a, right? So basically, what I have written over here. So basically, if we go syntactically, there is arrow field, right? First of all, this is arrow, and this is correct way to take input. So firstly, I have declared a variable a, integer variable a. Then I simply print that will be printed on the screen. That is enter the value of a. Okay, simple. Then in the next line, scanf percentage d and a. I have already shown you that scanf function is going to take input, right? The scanf function is used to take input from user. Okay, so scanf is here to take input of a variable, to take input of a variable, right? So this is the syntax of taking input in the scanf function by the scanf function. Percentage d for integer, you have to put percentage d on this double quote, then comma, then ampersand and then your variable name. Here the variable name is a, so I have already written over here that the variable name a. Basically that is the syntax, right? So if we run this code, you can see here in the output screen there is enter the value of a. As I have written over here in the printf function, the in between this double quote that enter the value of a exactly is printed over here in the output screen. That is the functionality of printf function, right? And here is my cursor or control button. So that's it's going to instruct me that you should enter input. So I have already told you, and I am going to input here a, and I press enter. So basically, not is going to be printed. That's something basic and something normal, because after this my program is here, my control or my it is here in the return 0, and after this the program execution is ended. I have already told you that program execution first video I have already told you. I think the program executions via compiler it start over here in this main function. Okay, then compiler enter in between these curly braces and execute line by line. Okay, mind it, line by line, execute it. Then compiler whenever needs return 0, then the compiler stops and stop execution of program, and control becomes out of this curly braces and the program execution get ended, right? So basically here you can output. So after this scanf function, if we print the value of a whatever I I am going to input in this variable a via scanf function, that is going to be like by the printf function, right? So printf the value of A. Okay, that is percentage D. I have already told you percentage D you must put that is called A. Okay, then the variable name, then the code. If we run this, then if we put the value of A 34 and enter, that you can see there is a new line. Print the value of A, whatever I have already written over here in between this double quote in the printf function. Print the value of A and going to print this value of A, what I have input. I have input 34, there is the output screen also 34. Okay, then if we put and again run this code, if we put 5670, okay, then run, sorry, enter, so enter means again run it, then 456 and enter, then you can see print the value exactly whatever I put the value A, there that exactly will be printed on the output screen. So this is the basic program where I have shown you that how can you take input from the user in a variable and print it on the screen. I hope you understand it, right? I hope it. Then simply, then going back to the videos, right? That will be going to be easy and easy to be understand for you. And then library functions, I have already told you. I am showing the functionality. Okay, but this is the basic code also. You can refer this. Okay, I have already shown you. Okay, right. Then print output on the screen. I have already shown that I have printf function. We are going to print output. Okay, so here in the printf function, I think this is visible, right? Obviously, this will be visible. Whatever else you can be so see it. Printf function. My name is G2 in between this double quote. So how will be going to be printed, guys? Let me pause this video here and comment it. Okay, in the comment section. So basically, here this exact thing is going to be printed. My name is G2 is going to be printed on the screen. Then printf hello world. This is also going to be printed hello world. Exactly. Then taking input from the user in I and scanf. I have scanf function. We are going to taking input from user, right? Here is a line that you should follow the syntax of scanf and other library function exactly point to point. Okay, and yes, this is the must point, right? You should follow the syntax of scanf. You should follow. You cannot change the syntax and cannot write as your mind. Okay, mind blow. You cannot write this. You should follow the syntax of every library functions like scanf function, printf function. You should follow. Like printf function, there is a must written of double quote. You should everything written over in between this double quote, and in scanf function there in between this double quote you should written the data type format specifier, and after the comma you should read between ampersand and the variable name, right? So you should follow the syntax of the scanning, otherwise the program will be errorful and you will see an error. Okay, special information that is basically something uh, casual like so ampersand, this is called address operator. I will nextly in a next video I will show you this functionality of this ampersand operator. Okay, there are many functionality of ampersand operator. Basically, two types of functionality that I will show you in upcoming videos. Ampersand operator, this is basically address operator, or generally it's called ampersand. There is the at the rate, you know, of and this asterisk. Or is this ampersand or asterisk operator? This is those two operators have multiple functionality. I will show you in the upcoming videos. Right. So basically, now in this video, basically I have shown you a format specifier. Okay, taking input from user, output the input whatever you taking from user on the output screen. Output screen you should print this. I have already told you that. And okay, let's go to the practice set. Okay, so in this practice set, here is four program, right? It is four program. I will show you these three problem. Okay, I will show you three problem and the fourth problem and the form of question is for you. There will be in the description box. You should access the PDF and solve it, or you can comment also in the comment section. Right. So first problem is there key write a C program calculate multiplication of two numbers. Okay. In the previous video, I have already made a particular video to print sum of two numbers. Right. Here the problem is that you should print the multiplication of two numbers, calculate the multiplication of two numbers. So basically, you should firstly written that write this skeleton of C program. Okay, as simple stdio.h in between this in main function there I am going to write firstly two variables, right? So to print multiplication table of two numbers, firstly you should declare two variable, number one and number two. Okay, so we will use that is num one. Okay, num one and num two. So basically, defining it, you cannot give space, okay, in between variable name. So this is equal to zero. So basically, you can also declare your variable togetherly. Okay, here I have declared the variable in together, num1 and num2. Also, you can declare your variable like that into num2, right? You can also declare like that, something like that. So basically, here I'm going to so that it will be practical. Okay, so I have declared here two variables, number one and number two. Okay, so now I am going to take input from user. Basically, something I have tried here, printf enter the value of num1 and num2. Okay. If you must put a semicolon, then I am going to take input. So by the scanf function, so scanf percentage d as the number one each integer, comma, ampersand the variable name that is number one, num1. Okay, so here by this scanf function, I am able to take input for num1. Okay, then I am also write scanf percentage d ampersand num2. Okay, so now this scanf function I am able to take input in num2 variable. Okay, so by these two scanf function I am able to take input in num1 and in num2. Now I am going to some operation like I am going to a variable name that is product, or you can write multiplication product. Then product in product this is going to will be calculate that num1 multiplied num2. Okay, that is something. Then printf we should print the value multiplication of num1 num2. Okay, equal to percentage d, because multiplication of two integer variable to integer values should must be the product will be the must integer. Product or multiplication will be integer. Okay, multiplication value percentage d comma product. Okay, I will show you. um, that's fine. So basically scanf function I have taken input number and in product In this variable, the new variable in product rate, which name is product, we are going to store the multiplication of two numbers, that is number one into number two. The star symbol is multiplicative symbol. Okay. So then I am here to print the multiplicative value. The multiplication of number one and number two is percentage d, because the occurrence here is number one and number two. Okay. This is the also variable. This is the integer. So basically product will be also in an integer value. So for this, that's why the integer format specified as percentage d, and then the variable name product. So if we run this, enters the variable number one and number two, plus and number three. Okay. The multiplication now number is 36. Obviously, multiplication of 12 and 3 values each going to be must 36. Okay. Again run it. Then 11 enter or 6. Okay. Enter it. So multiplication of number 1 and number 2 is 66. Yeah. That's why that's the program of multiplication of number 1 and number 2. I hope you understand this program, right? So let's go to the next program, right? So next problem here, write a C program to calculate area of a rectangle. Area of a rectangle, right? Using in A option, that is using hardcode inputs, or in second click using inputs menu. Okay. So firstly we are going to take input hardcode with. Okay. So here, so firstly to print area of rectangle, or is formula of area of rectangle. So area is equal to length into breadth, right? Length into breadth, basically. So I should declare two variables, length and breadth. So firstly, I am going to here a float data type, right? Going to use float data type, float, going to store float value, float length, okay, then float, float breadth, okay. Then going to take into similarly like the previous program, enter the value, length, and breadth, okay. Then scanf, as scanf, we are going to take input in length and breadth. So percentage d, comma, ampersand length. Okay. Then scanf also percentage d, sorry, percentage d ampersand must be. Okay. Then we are going to declare a float variable, because the length and breadth are float variable, right? So area, let's call it area. Equal to, going to calculate it. The area of rectangle is length into breadth. So basically, I'm going to write here length into breadth. I'm going to print. So area of rectangle equal to percentage d is not here. Okay, it's not going to be here. Here will be percentage f. Oh, sorry. Here I am going to write percentage is will not be. It will be percentage f, because the integer is floating data type, right? Or here it will be also percentage f. Okay, so basically the output also is going to be percentage of floating variable. Percentage is comma the variable name that is area. Okay. So that's the program. Everything is okay. Let's see everything. Now, if you run this, so here enter the value of length and breadth. So I'm going to enter the value. Okay. Like your phone, your enter starting point. You see, enter it. So area of the rectangle is this. Okay. So that's why the program is going nice. Okay. The output on the screen is going to print it. That's nice. So let's go to the third program. Right. Let's do the program. Go to the credit and so B section is also here. Here key using inputs from the user. So basically, I have also show this. Basically, I have also show this. That is using inputs from the user. Now I am using hard coded inputs. Hard coded inputs. What is hard means hard coded input? So we are initializing it by besides declaring the variable like if length. So here I am going to integer variable like gt length equal to right minus 12. Then breadth equal to 5. Okay. So now print it. You can also write this area equal to percentage d here because the variable is integer type length variable, integer type breadth variables. The output also is going to be integer. So basically that's why here the pronunciation is percentage d. Okay. Then comma. Then we going to any length into breadth. Okay. Sorry, wait a minute. So you can also print your output like this. Okay, in between this printf function, there will be the same thing. And after a comma, before in this program, in the before program or previous program, I have declared a variable, a new variable to calculate length into breadth, right? To calculate the area. But here I have directly did this, that is length into breadth, right? Then let's run this. So here the area of rectangle is 10 basically 12 and 2 24, right? Then if we change this or make it 2, okay, run this, that is 4. Or breadth makes it 10, right? Then run this, the area is of the rectangle is 20. Basically 2 into 10 is 20. So that's fine. Our program is going to be fine. I'm going to run is fine. Okay. So let's go to the third program. Let's go to the third program. Calculate the area of a circle and modify the same program to calculate the volume of a cylinder given its radius and here. Okay. So firstly, we have to calculate the area of the circle and then we are going to modify it, calculate the volume of a cylinder. Okay, so we are going to calculate the area of the circle. So that's why the formula of area of the circle that is pi r square, right? The value of pi is basically 3.14. 3.14 the value. Okay. So that's why firstly we are going to take to print the area of a circle. There is the only variable that is the radius. Pi r square, r is the radius here. So that's why we are going to declare a variable that is radius and take the input hard code again. So float radius, float radius equal to let's say like 0.24. Okay. Then area. So write the data type float area, let's say variable in pi r square. What is the value of 5 that is secant 1/4 into radius radius into radius. Pi r square, so this is the formula over here. So basically I have written this, and next I'm going to change this here in the scale. Parenthesis area of this circle equal to percentage is over here for specified because the radius variable data type is float data type. So basically that's why here percentage is and then comma then the area. Okay. Use the area variable is float data type because that's why the format specified over here is percentage here. Then the variable name that is area. Okay, then the must go as semicolon, right? So now around this problem. Okay, you can see here the area of the circle is 478.145. Okay, that's the big decimal there. Okay, so that's why this program is also going right. Nice. Now you I have to modify it. Okay, you have to modify it to calculate the volume of a cylinder. Okay, given its radius. Right. Oh, so basically radius is here present in this program. You have to take a variable that is also like float. You can also define it like as an integer variable in height h equal height variable that is an initially like 13.45. Okay, that's could be this can be height of a cylinder, right? Okay. Okay, now I'm calculate this as a volume. Okay, so basically float volume I have modified it volume variable, and basically the volume of cylinder. What is the formula of volume of cylinder? Volume of cylinder that is pi r square into h. So additionally the h is the height is going to be multiplied in this formula. Basically we are going to multiply height, right? So height over here, and if we modify this by volume variable, because the final output of this whole operation is going to store in this float volume variable. So you have to put it here percentage a float data type, and then the final output variable that is volume. Then if we run this, you can see watch here area or we change this for nice working. Then if we run this, so the volume of the cycle is you can see here. Basically here and here calculation is right, but the area of the circle that's is something bad, right? Basically, I have modified it, and you can see if we run this again, you can see if we change the value, if we change the value of it, maybe like 0.10, like like change the value of height, like 2.67. Okay, run this. You can see volume of the circle is changed 146.9%. So that's why this program is also going to run nicely. So that's great. Now in the PDF, the fourth program I put for your homework and you can practice it for self, and homework program is there. So basically the tutorial is there, write a C program to calculate simple interest for a set of value equivalent to principal number of years. The simple interest calculate करना है. So for simple interest calculation there is a three variables, that is principal, number of years, the time, and the rate of interest. So basically the formula is PRT by 100. Okay, that's the simple formula. Simple interest equal to PRT by 100. I will do comment in the comment section. The simulation formula must. Then we have to simply write the code. Okay, so that I can understand that you understood all the things that have done in this class. Okay, right. Then common write a C program to convert Celsius temperature to Fahrenheit temperature. That's the formula. You can use this formula and can write